Good morning, everybody. I am almost out of wood, as you can see. Out of wood on this side anyway. You remember all that wood that I brought back here in May? It was 3 rows of that softwood that's in the front. Back there I have hardwood from last year. I've had wood all the way up to this point. So I had 3 rows of softwood and 1 row of hardwood. And today I need to begin working on that. And that's all hardwood right there. I do have to mention that I cut that tree, one of the trees back there. And that is stacked up right there. This I believe I cut back in August, but this is all softwood too. And softwood, as you know, burns a little quicker. So what I've been doing is I've been putting 2 or 3 pieces of this at the bottom of the boiler, and then I stack it up with the softwood on top. And all of this softwood that you see here, that was thanks to Jeff back in May. They cut a bunch of trees, they let them lay on the ground in logs, and he helped me cut them and even split them and brought them over here for me. So it's 7:15 in the morning, and this is normally how it looks every morning. I may have a part of a piece or 2 in there still burning, but I do need to add and fill this up. See, this is why I throw in a couple of pieces of hardwood at the bottom for the coals. Hardwood at the bottom, I'm gonna do 2 today, and then softwood on top. And once all the softwood's gone, it's all gonna be hardwood. And I've been doing this all winter, and it's working good. I thought most of this softwood would have been gone by now, but I still have a little bit left. All right, there you go. I'm good for today. I'll be back at 7:30 p.m. tonight. And repeat. So what I have here is 6 cords, and I'm gonna start here in the back. I have my wood splitter back there, so I'm gonna get all my equipment ready after I drink my first cup of coffee. Like I said, it's 7:15. My wife is up already getting ready, and spend most of today cutting as much as I can, cutting and splitting and stacking. So yeah, it's gonna be a big job. I expect to be out here maybe till 3 or 4 p.m. until the sun starts going down. But yeah, today's not a bad day at all. It's only 25 degrees Fahrenheit. So that's a good thing. I believe it's gonna go up to 30. If it was at 0 or 10 below 0, yeah, I will still be out here cutting wood. But yes, it's gonna be a beautiful day. All right, so let's go get the equipment and start setting up. Now, all of a sudden, it got very, very windy. But that's okay. I can still work in the wind. It doesn't matter. So I'm gonna grab 2 of these. I'm gonna grab 1 of these. And what else? Oh, by the way, they all have gas and bar oil. Well, let's double check anyway. The last time I used this one was over a month. There we go. Yeah, it's full of gas and oil. Let's go get this done. But it is a beautiful day, guys. I don't care how cold it is or how windy it is. As long as it's sunny and we have lots of snow on the ground, I'm happy. All right, let's put everything here. Oh yeah, this has seen a lot of use. Great tool. And this one too. By the way, I'm using this cart because I don't have the loader on my tractor. The tractor has a snowblower, and I'm not gonna take that off to put on the loader to put that back on. So yeah, this is gonna have to be my loader for today. Will it start? I don't know. It's full of gas. Premium, non-ethanol fuel. It works. I haven't turned it on in about maybe 3 months. So as long as you keep it covered and use premium non-ethanol fuel, it'll start right up all year round. Don't forget, boys and girls, safety first. So you gotta put your chaps on. God forbid that chainsaw slips and cuts your leg or arm. You only have 2 of each, and you cannot grow a new one. Accidents do happen unexpectedly. That's why they call them accidents. Yeah, I brought a knee pad for my right knee. I have issues with my right knee too, so. All right, where am I going to start? I'm going to start here, closest to my splitter. Yep. I'm gonna let it warm up for a minute, and then I'm gonna go all in. Where are my gloves? I tried to cut them to 22 to 23 inches, max 24. I don't want to go over 24 because if you go over 24, it won't fit on the splitter. Small pieces like this, I don't bother splitting, but big ones like this, yeah, this is too heavy. I do need to split. Now, how do I measure? I measure from the tip of my chain to here. You see I have a black mark in there? That tells me that from here to here is 23 inches. Alright, so the goal here today is to split enough wood so where I become uncomfortable because I can't move around because of all the small pieces laying all over the place, stop, split them using the splitter, and then put them on the cart. Once I split them, take them over and stack them, get a cup of coffee, maybe a hot chocolate, and then come back and repeat over and over again until about 4 p.m. tonight. Or go until my bones freeze. Alright guys, so I have quite a few pieces on the ground. I need to split them now and stack them. That way I can get them out of the way, because if I had too much on the ground, it becomes a little dangerous because you're stepping on top of them or over them. So let's begin that now. Like I said earlier, the little pieces, I'm not gonna split. I'm gonna feed this directly to the boiler. I'm not gonna put too much because then it gets too heavy, and as you can see, I have a lot of snow on the ground. And if you're using a cart like I am, make sure that all the tires are properly inflated, because if they're low in air, it's very hard to pull. Ask me how I know that. This is a 16-inch bar, okay? And my big one has a 24-inch bar. Now, why don't I use the big one and use the little one instead? Well, my little amigo here is adequate for all of these logs, most of them anyway. You don't need something really big. I know a lot of you have 20-inch, 24, 28, 30-inch bars on your chainsaws. For this, you don't need it. Some of my trees, they're really wide, and that is when I use the big boy. And besides, this is so much lighter than the other one. It makes it easy to maneuver, to lift it up, down, left, sideways, whatever. And this is all I really need. As long as your chain is sharpened, it'll cut like butter. Yes, this is frozen though, by the way. All of this wood is frozen. But as long as, like I said a second ago, if your chain is sharpened, it'll cut nice and easy. You will barely notice it. Another thing too, that the big one, my Husqvarna, my 24-inch Husqvarna, I use it as a backup in case something happens to this little one. Yeah, nice and light. All right, so all the pieces on the ground have been split. They're there and there, and now I'm gonna put them in my gorilla cart, stack them, take a break, maybe get a cup of coffee or maybe even lunch, and come back and repeat the whole process maybe a couple of times today. I don't think the cart likes you. All right guys, so this is all the wood that I have cut and split so far. I'm gonna take a break, go inside. My wife called a few minutes ago. She's making lunch, and lunch for me is a green smoothie. Yeah, she says that I need to become stronger and healthier, and yes, at my age I agree. I need to become as healthy as I possibly can. So I took a 30-minute break. I had lunch. It was a green juice, green leaves with vegetables. It was a little strong, but I'm okay with it. I gained my mojo back and I'm ready to start cutting wood again. But before I do, I need a hatchet, a small hatchet. Like this one. You'll see why in a few minutes. You see this log here? Right there? It's a problem. And the reason is because if I start cutting pieces from this end or even the other end, it can fall. It can definitely fall on me. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna use my trusty old tool to force it to come down. Yeah, it's quite high and there's not much holding it in place. And I don't feel like getting crushed today. Ay, caramba. It's not going to take a whole lot of effort. There we go. It barely missed the camera. I might as well do this one too. Oh yeah, much better. And this log right here missed the camera by about maybe 2 inches. Sometimes this happens. It wants to pitch. So I'm going to open it up a bit. Okay, try again. There we go. Here are a couple of tips, guys. Tip number 1. Now I have this hatchet because sometimes when you split the wood, there's a bunch of fibers that they won't split. And what I do is with a hatchet, see, sometimes those fibers are really thick, and in order for you to avoid on turning, you know, the log over to the other side, just hit it with a hatchet. Now the second tip is you can have either your tractor or your cart right next to your splitter. That way you can just load the cart right away. If you throw everything on the floor, then obviously you have to exert more energy to lift it from the floor and put it on your cart. And if you use the cart, just make sure that the cart's facing, the handle is facing towards where you want to take it to. because if you had to turn that card around, that also exerts a lot of energy. And right now, obviously, if I were to turn it, you know, if it was facing this way, the other way, with all that wood, it's going to be a lot more of a hassle. So have your cart facing the way you want to go. All right, guys, this is my second batch. All of that and part of that. Excuse the wind because it's super windy today. Now, if you notice back there, all the way in the back, that is hardwood. The same as this, but that one's been there for a year and a half, so it's totally dry. Now, I want to test the humidity on this to see how much humidity it contains. Normally, you want, if you're going to burn something in a chimney or wood boiler, ideally, you want that humidity to be under 20%. However, my Central Boiler Classic doesn't care about the humidity. It'll burn whatever I throw in there. Let's test it. All right, what do I have here? Let's go and do this one first. Not bad, guys. Look at that, 20.9%, and it's going down a little bit. That's not bad at all. Now, all of that wood has been there since May of last year. All right, it's going to 20.2. I say all of this is good. All right, let's do another one. There we go, 22.7 and going down slightly. All right, for giggles and laughs, let's do one more. $22, not bad. So right now I'm gonna take a break, go inside, have a hot cup of chocolate, because I've been out here for about 4 or 5 hours, and even Macho Man, after being out here for so long, gets tired. And I am no Macho Man, so I gotta go inside, recharge my batteries, and I'll be back for a third round. I am here for round 3, and I'm gonna use the big boy, my 24-inch. Okay, so I am done with the wood now because the sun's going down, temperatures are dropping, and so I'm gonna stack that wood over there, come back, start putting all the equipment away and clean up. And here it is, guys. I made a dent. That's how much wood I have left. It's still quite a lot. I only made a little bit of a dent. So I'm gonna take this piece, let's feed it to the boiler. There we go. I'll be back tonight at 7:30 p.m. and add some more. I'll be back in 30 minutes and put the cover on. I had to let it cool down because the engine was hot and now it's cool. Okay, so I am tired, I am hungry, I need to recharge my batteries. It's getting late. I think it's about 5 p.m. Today is Sunday and the Eagles and Commanders are playing, and I believe the Kansas City Chiefs and the Buffalo Bills today. I think I already missed most of the Eagles game, but yeah, I'm just gonna go inside, eat something, and maybe watch a game later on today. But yeah, I've done a little bit of work today, not a whole lot, but yeah, a little bit at a time. So I hope that some of you learned something here today. Yeah, but it's been a good day. So with that, I hope you have a good morning, afternoon, or night, wherever you are. We'll see you mañana. Bye.